Hello guys, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be sharing a step-by-step guide on how to download any Flutter script directly from this amazing website codelist.cc. Today I'm going to be walking you through a complete HR management system, which is basically a Flutter. Was released in 29th October 2024. Yeah, so these are the features that it has: employee management, attendance and leave management, and so on and so forth. This script is working both on Android as well as iOS, and like I said earlier, it's written in Flutter in that. So yeah, you can go ahead to dive right into more detail about this particular script from codecanyon.net. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm not going to be doing that. Today we're just going to download directly from any of these links where we have access to the direct source code. So I'm just going to pick any one. I like this. So let's go with this. So I'm just going to copy it and put it on my tab. Right, so once you do that, you go ahead to click on slow download. Sorry, there are lots of things like cookies, so you just have to, when you're redirected, you just have to like come back and click on the link again and verify that you are not human. It just keeps redirecting. So yeah, verify you're not human or something else. Yeah, so once that is done, you create a download link. Okay, you're gonna click on it again. Okay, so you start downloading. Just keep redirecting. You just start downloading. Yeah, so once that has been completed, you head over to a new tab and you just go to Android, right, developer.android.com/studio/index.html, and you go to Android Studio. So the purpose for this is for those that are new into development and you just want to get things done. So you need to have the integrated development environment, which is Android Studio in our case, and you just need to get it installed. You could directly install Android Studio from here, which the current version is Ladybug, or you could just go down, but remember to read through the features, they're usually good. You could just go down here to see more of the recommended installation SDKs or something. Yeah, so but for me, I'm just gonna tell you to install the Ladybug directly. So once you do that, the installation begins. And for Mac users, the installation or installing process for Android Studio is basically the same. You will require Android Studio to run the Android application, and if you want to run iOS applications, you will need to also install Xcode. So how do you do that? You just open your App Store on your Mac and then search for Xcode and just click on the get button, and that is done. So okay, so once that is done, the next thing we'll be needing to install is Flutter. So head over to docs.flutter.dev/get started/install. So since this project uses Flutter SDK, you must install Flutter SDK, right? So a little bit about Flutter. Flutter is an open source UI software development kit created by Google. It is used to develop cross-platform applications for Android, iOS, Linux, Mac OS, Windows, and all that. Yeah, so it's cross-platform. So and it also has the web from a single code base, so you just have everything integrated inside a single code base. So yeah, so for the Windows users, you could just click here, and this is my current device, as it's saying. So for Mac users, you could just click this and it to be redirected, but we're using Windows, so we're gonna go with this. I'm just gonna say got it. Alright, so get started. Okay, so yeah, so you just go ahead and click this since we're using Windows as my current device, and you choose your first type of app. So for us, we have our app already there, so which is Android. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that, and we start building Flutter. These are the hardware requirements. Please ensure that your system has met these requirements. So these are the software requirements. Go ahead to read all this, and the development tools as well. The gates for Windows and also Android Studio. Jellyfish, that was 2023, but we have Ladybug, which is 2024. So I'm just gonna go ahead here. So there are two installation types. So you could either install Flutter using VS Code for people that use VS Code, and for people that want to use Android Studio, you could download and install it. So for VS Code, you just head over your VS Code. If you downloaded it, I already have mine. So you just need to go to the download link and just download VS Code. Open the command palette and type in this prompt, and then in the command palette you type Flutter, then select Flutter in a new project, and then just find the located SDK and all that. So but for our integration, which is an Android Studio, we just head over to the next span, and then we could install or download the stable version of Flutter on Windows, which is 3.27.1. That's a stable version, and you would want to download it. Okay, so installation begins, and yeah, so once that is downloaded, you would want to create the step 2 space, create a folder where you can install Flutter. So you'd want to create a different folder and call it Flutter or Flutter applications or whatever you want to call it related to Flutter. Extract the files that extract the Flutter file into that directory. Yeah, so you want to also update your Windows path, and go to environment variables, and you place the SDK parts there, and that is it. So once that is done, I think you're good to go. We could go ahead to open our Android Studio that was downloaded. Okay, so let's go ahead. I already have my thing here as soon as possible, so I'm just going to click on it, and it usually takes a bit more time to load up. Yeah, so I have this from yeah, and then this is the next panel that you're gonna see. So currently I have all these, so I'm just gonna go ahead to click on open. So because we want to locate um, our, uh, our script, so it's going to be okay. So just below downloads I have mine here. So you're gonna try to navigate through all of this because you don't want to get the entire folder. You just want things that are related to the Flutter project itself, and that is just here. So you have this place called Digitalhr Flutter. So this is the folder that we want to open. Rather than opening the parent folder, we just want to open this, right? So we're just gonna go ahead and click on OK, and Android Studio should automatically open the project for you. Let me just go ahead and expand this. So it begins to Android Studio begins to run the Gradle process and configuration. So it might take a bit of time on your first uh, open, but it gets much lesser, yeah, when you continue working it. So yeah, just give it more time. And okay, yeah, so most times the Gradle build will fail. In some cases additional components are needed in your Android Studio, and Android Studio will ask you to download these additional SDKs, components, or something. They will just give you a message tab, right? Something like this here. So just simply follow the instructions and you'll be good to go. So one of the things that you would want to do is to head over to your not lockout, yeah, terminal. Yeah, so and you would want to just do Flutter clean, because at first instance everything is just going to be in red. So you just want to do Flutter clean so you could clean the project and get the configuration for your system as well. So you just do this. Okay, so once that is done, you see you have cleaned most of the build tools and the previous environment configurations that came with the application, and you just want to do Flutter pub get, right? So what Flutter pub get will do is to reinstall or initialize plugins, dependencies, and every other thing that will just configure based on your system configurations and all. Now note this might take a little while, because this is like your first time trying to initialize or open this application, and it needs to download some packages, it needs to get some dependencies resolved. So it usually takes a couple of time. Yeah, so, and also the speed of your system. So see, this was successful, and it means that you're good to go, right? So okay, so that being done, we can proceed to just go to the terminal again and just start Flutter. Oh, sorry, my bad. So that is Flutter run. So two ways you can do this, two ways you can build this script or this application, either by using the GUI, which is just the play button here, or you go to your command prompt or like your terminal and type Flutter run. So I prefer to type it most times. So you just click on enter, and this should already run. So I'm currently using my physical device to run this project. And so you could go ahead to use your emulator physical device or something else. Yeah, so let's wait for the build. Okay, so yeah, so the final product of the application looks exactly like this. So let me just go ahead and expand this so you can have a clearer view. So that is basically a step-by-step guide on how to install your script, install Android Studio, and also the Flutter SDK, and run your application from your Android Studio using a physical device. Thank you very much for your time, and see you in the next session.